Hey, what's up, everybody? Okay, so after my refeed last night, I'm up to, from yesterday I was 183.9. This morning I was 184.4, which isn't too bad. I'll take it. And Keto Stick still looks good, as it should. Sorry about yesterday's video. Big chunk of it got deleted out or whatever happened, but sorry. Yeah, so I feel good about where I'm at after the refeed. I know I told y'all I was refeeding with just a bunch of meat, pile of meat. As Cole would say, a pile of meat. But his pile of meat is nowhere like my pile of meat. But my intentions were two pork chops and a ribeye. Anyways, but I can't sit down and eat two pork chops and a ribeye. I just can't, especially after you've been fasting so long. That whole thing about your stomach shrinks or whatever. I don't know if that's scientifically true or whatever. I've heard it's true. But I can't do that. I can't sit down and eat two pork chops and a ribeye, in 30 minutes. I'm sure he could eat it in 15 minutes. So the game plan was to eat the two pork chops, wait an hour, and then eat the ribeye. So basically my window would have been like a 2-hour window, which I think is still good. So around 4, I go in to start to prepare my pork chops. I get to the kitchen, and just as I put the pan on the stove, there's a knock at my door. Unexpected guest. And, a neighbor coming over unannounced to check on me, or not to check on me, to just hang out. So I was like, okay, so sat there and hung out. A couple of times while she was here, I was like, just go in there and cook them damn pork chops and eat them. But I couldn't do that, so I was like, no. So finally, literally, she was here for 2 hours. So, whatever, life goes on. So she left, and I cooked the two pork chops. So I'm not sitting down with my pork chops, which I thought I'd be sitting down with at 4 p.m. I was now sitting down at 6 p.m. with my pork chops. Like I say, I can't eat a lot of food at one time. When I eat, I have to eat slow and chew well, or my stomach will start hurting and all that. So I took my time with the pork chops. They were delicious. And I ate them. And then started watching TV. Had already gotten my ribeye ready and seasoned and whatnot. And took it out to come to room temp. And I'm like, man, I felt like I ate a leg of lamb. You know how you feel after Thanksgiving? Just from those two pork chops. And I'm like, man, I don't want to eat the ribeye just to eat the ribeye. So I had this little fight with myself, in my head. Just go put it back in the fridge. No, I've been waiting all week for that ribeye. So I was like, okay, just wait, even if you're eating it late, even if, and I'm fine with eating it like at 8 o'clock, because I don't go to bed till 10 or 11. And I kind of like having food in my belly when I go to sleep because I sleep a little bit better. So I was like, okay, it's not going to take me long to cook up that ribeye. I'm just going to wait till like 7:45. I'll cook it, eat it. And by then, this pork chop hopefully would have digested and won't feel so full. So I was like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I want to eat all this protein. I want to get ready for this. This week, more fasting. Yay! So I wanted to get the protein in. So I waited 7:45, went and cooked it up. And even as I'm cooking it, I'm like, I'm still not hungry. I still feel full. So I cooked it. It looked beautiful. I let it rest for a few minutes, went back in, cut it like in bite-sized pieces. All full intention, I'm going to tear this up. But my stomach, I was just like, I still felt like I had eaten Thanksgiving dinner. So as I'm cutting it in bite-sized pieces, I'm taking a bite. It was great. Continued to cut it, took another bite. And by the time I cut it all up, I was like, I can't, there's no way I can eat this whole steak. There's no way. I just still feel too full and I know I'll get sick. So I had like 4 bites, 4 pieces or whatever. My lucky dog got about 4 pieces. And then I just put it in a container and put it in the fridge, and those will be like my lucky dog's little snacks for the rest of the week. Lucky her, huh? But I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to force myself. I didn't want to say, just, force it down, even if it takes you till bedtime, get that protein in. No. I did not want to get sick, so I'd eaten 2 pork chops. I had like 4 pieces of the steak. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to push my luck. And that's what I did. Why did I tell you that little story? I don't know. Because I like to talk. I don't know. Just sharing that, that unexpected visit. I like to call those roadblocks. Got in the way, messed up my plan. So it didn't go as I had hoped. I didn't get in all that protein that I wanted to get into me. And like I said, when I refeed, last time I refed, I felt so strong and energetic the next morning. I didn't really feel it to that extent this time. But I felt good. When I got up this morning, I felt really good. And when I did my walk, I didn't really feel draggy like usually the last mile. I normally feel kind of like I want to just sit in a parking lot and cry. It's really a struggle, for that last mile, but I didn't feel that this morning. But I didn't have that feeling of last week where I was like Superwoman, which is fine. I felt good. I got the walk done, went to the gym, and then, oh man, I hope this video ain't 2 hours long. So tomorrow I'm going to see my dad, and usually when I go visit my dad, which isn't very often, we live pretty far apart, but so I don't get to see him that often. So when I do go to see him, I do take him some food. He's 87. I know he's, he lives on his own, and I know he's over there eating a bunch of canned stuff. I'm positive that, because at 87, I know he's not over there cooking meals and stuff. So when I go see him, I like to take him food. So after the gym, I went and bought what I was going to cook for him. And let me tell you, that is so hard. It is so hard. Well, being in the grocery store is hard when you're fasting. Like nothing really bothered me today until I went through the produce section. I walked through there to get to the cashier and walked right smack dab past the bananas, and it smelled so good. I didn't even look at the bananas. I didn't even pay no attention. It's just as I was passing them, I could smell them really strong. I was like, oh my God, I haven't had a banana in, literally, I haven't had a banana in like 2 years. Why? I don't know. Just, oh, those are the sweetest, carbiest fruit. So I've had apples, I've had grapes, but because bananas are so sweet, I've not allowed myself a banana or a mango or pineapple or those fruits that are like so sweet. So the bananas smell great. Just being in the grocery store, period, when you're fasting, it can be challenging. But I checked out, came home, and I wanted to get everything cooked so that I could get it down to room temp, pack it up, and get it in the fridge so it's ready when I leave tomorrow. My dad loves food just like I do. That's probably where I get it from. So I always try to make him stuff he loves. Usually it's like he loves corned beef and cabbage, so a lot of times that's what I take him because he loves it. This time I wanted to make him some Spanish food, so I made him yellow rice, picadillo. For those of you that don't know Spanish food and don't know what picadillo is, it's basically just ground beef with a bunch of seasonings in it and some, the green olives with the pimentos in the middle. And that's it. You put that over your rice. And I packed him up some buttered Cuban bread and a little container of avocados. I sliced up some avocado for him. And I went to the bakery and got him some couple of little pastries out of the bakery for his dessert. Good meal. And yeah, that was challenging. It was challenging to cook that meal. I'm not a big rice fan because, again, rice makes my stomach hurt. Bread makes my stomach hurt. So the rice, it doesn't bother me and I think that's why, because it makes my stomach hurt. Now, even though the bread makes my stomach hurt, I still like bread. So like having to cut that up and butter it, and it was so soft, and it's so challenging to put that meal together. And not have some of it. I did taste the meat, the picadillo, because I wanted to make sure it was seasoned correctly. But it's meat. But technically that breaks my fast for today, but I'm not worried about it. I mean, all the working out I did today and had a couple of teaspoons of hamburger meat's not going to kill me. So I'm not worried about that. But my whole point being is that I feel so, what's the word? I don't want to say I feel sorry, but for those of you that are doing a snake diet, for those of you doing any diet, for those of you trying to eat healthy and maybe lose weight and go to the gym and you're doing all these things, and you have a husband and a kid or some kids that you have to take care of and feed and cook for, and man, more power to you, because that crap is hard. I don't know if I could do it, if I had to do that every day. I'm by myself. like I say, when I fast, I empty out my fridge and my cabinets. And I don't have to say, oh, well, I have to keep that there and that there. Then, my husband wants that in there and the kids, I don't have to do that. I can just empty out everything when I fast and not have any temptations in the house. And for those of you that have a family, I know you got to keep certain things in the house, and that's hard, and you got to cook for them, and there's a good chance that they're not going to want to eat clean, eat healthy. You got to do your best to see if you can steer them that way. You're the grocery shopper, you're the cook, so you got to try to find ways to steer them closer to eating, clean and healthy. But and even if they're eating clean and healthy, let's say, and you're fasting, you're not eating at all, you're just having snake juice, and you're doing long ones, like I am, that crap's hard. I'm sorry. You have all my respect, because that crap is hard. But anyway, got his meal done, got it packed up. Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. So, I really think that's it, and it needs to be it because I'm already at 16 minutes. So I'm gonna end it. Everything's good though, and I'm interested still. Let's see how long it takes me to start dropping the weight again. Hopefully not too long, but we'll see. I hope you guys are doing good. If you're fasting, leave me some comments below and let me know that you're fasting and you're in there with me and how's it going, and let me know. Yeah. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Stay strong and keep fasting. Snake on. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.